Seekers and warriors, foot soldiers, supporters. Who there this evening? Yeah, man, I feel the vibe. I feel the energy. I feel the love. Yeah, man, it's nice. Yeah, so nice, man. People, Eastern St. Andrews where I born and grew. I born in that hospital right there, so University Hospital. The road to that hospital named after my father, Golden Avenue. Yeah, man. Carried down to the Sir John Golden Rehab Center. The school beside that center is where Julian went to school and Michael Phillips too. Hope Valley Experimental School. College Common was where I grew up, number 9 College Common. And Eastern St. Andrews has been good to me because it gave me my embrace. Yeah, man. My sweet Sandra, you know. And I want to tell you, today was a wonderful tour of the constituency. We didn't get to go to every part of the constituency, but we went to a lot of places. Starting Jarrett Lane, up to Chambers Lane, round a Standpipe. We go down a Hermitage, round Angola, into Augustown, come up to Mona Common, and here we are in Papine Square. And I want to pick up all of my brethren who I usually play ball with on the field, which is now the football academy. It's I build that field. Yeah, man, right down beside the Preston Hall and Nettleville Hall right here, so. Yeah, man, it was just pure bush. I would buy some stone rake and spend months preparing that field, and we used to play ball. For 2 decades we play ball there every weekend. Man from Augustown, man from Hermitage, man from Marlborough. And I've booked up a couple of them today still. In them green shirts in Hermitage. I'm just wait, are you that? And they mock me up same way. And they say, you don't know, we have to make the money. So yeah, man, not that right, make your money here, sir. So Labourite thing, Lord. Anyway, people, it's good to be here. God knows. And you know, everywhere I go across Jamaica, the people them show me a whole heap of love. They're happy to see me. And you know, after nearly 10 years of this government, I think one of the biggest things is their sense of disappointment in this government. Disappointment in Andrew as a man who promised so much and delivered so little. And they want a government, they want politicians who don't just promise things to win favor, to get people to vote. They want people who promise things because they intend to deliver on their promises. And they can be relied on. Because those promises just didn't come out of a hat to sound good and try and attract votes. But those promises were based on a plan. A plan to uplift the country. A plan to develop the nation. And that is what the People's National Party is seeking to do. So I'm not running around giving everybody a whole bag of promises. I'm telling you what our plans are. Our plans are to uplift Jamaica by focusing on the real challenges facing the people. And you've heard some of them tonight. I don't want to rehearse them and go over them in detail again. But in education, we have the First in Family Scholarship Program. If you are the first person in your household to have qualified to go to a tertiary institution, a university or a college, and you're the first person in your family to do that, you'll get a full scholarship under the People's National Party. And we are going to ensure that every child who goes to school, primary or secondary, and is in need, will get a free nutritious meal every day at school. And for rural families who are struggling with the cost of transportation, 20,000 families we will start it with. We have the RIDE program. So taximan and busman will get the subsidy so the children don't have to bear the full fare and the families can afford to send their children to school. We're not bringing out a whole bus so they never drive on a hill yet. What the schools can't afford to maintain. We're going to empower the taximan and the busman them. In the same way that we're going to empower the farmers to deliver the food that we're going to feed the children. Good, nutritious Jamaican food. We have a great plan for housing. We have been, after the last 10 years, the government has performed so badly when it comes to affordable housing for the people. There's been a construction boom, but it's for people who have money. People who done set already. What about the people who can't afford a house and want a house? What about them? Well, the People's National Party cares about you. That is what we are here for. To deliver solutions to make your lives better. And we plan to build 50,000 houses over the first 5 years. We're identifying the land already. And we're going to make those lands available for development. And we're not going to charge the value of the land in the price of the house. So you're going to get a more affordable house. So when you buy, but the day you buy that house, you'll be a richer person because you'll own the land that is part of that house and you won't have to pay for it. And if you're a young Jamaican struggling to buy a house because they don't know how you're going to afford the deposit, if you've been in the NHT for 2 years, we are going to establish a fund within the NHT that will provide you with free grant. You don't have to pay it back, $500,000 to cover your deposit so you can step up in life and own your own home. And we have the rent to own plan. The rent to own plan is this: if you can't prove your income because you don't get a formal pay slip, you might be hustling for yourself. You might have your little business. Or you might be working for somebody but they're not a big employer, they don't generate, they don't have no big accounting department for generating a pay slip. So you can't show your income. We will say, hey, you can go into the house, the NHT house that we're building as a tenant. And if you can show that you're through making the monthly payments equivalent to the mortgage, after a short period of time, we're thinking of 6 months, we'll say, yeah, that proves your income. You don't need a pay slip. You can get the mortgage and you can step up from being a tenant to being a owner. And for all those people who live on government land and have lived on government land for long periods of time, we're going to ensure that you get the right to acquire that land and become an owner with a title of that land. And we're going to do it on reasonable terms. So we want to empower the Jamaican people. So many of our people for centuries have been denied their rights and denied the fruits of this country. The next People's National Party wants to oversee the biggest transfer of wealth from the state to the people. And that is why we're going to have a very progressive land policy. So people, these are some of the things that we have been penetrating. And these are things that we intend to do for the people. And when you look at other aspects of it, beaches, we want to ensure that the people of the country can have access to the beautiful beaches of the country. And we're going to work out how we do that. Working with the hotel sector. We don't want to disrupt the health sector, the tourism industry. No, we're going to partner with them. But the people must come first and the people must have access to beaches in this country. It happens in every other Caribbean country. Why it can't happen in Jamaica? We're not good enough to our own beaches. No, not so. So comrades, these are some of the things we want to do. I've always been a believer in social transformation. That's why I asked Patricia to shadow it, because she's a believer in it also. She's also a believer in it. When I was Minister of Justice, I said, Lord have mercy, look how much youth face pressure from the police for a little draw of weed or a spliff. And I said, no, we're going to decriminalize personal use of ganja. So them can't arrest and charge you for a spliff or a jar of weed or even a chalice. And if you have a police record for personal use from before, you have a right to get it expunged. So you can travel, go foreign, or you can work in the public sector, which is before it was denied to anybody who had a little criminal record for possession of a little jar of weed. So that was then. And we developed the ganja industry as a lawful industry for medical and therapeutic ganja. But the Labourite them take it and them wreck it. And we have to fix it now. Because small farmers must have a place in that industry. They're the ones who build the brand. Rastafari build the brand too. And they must have a special place. The Maroons too. Indigenous schools must be respected as part of the constitutional reform of the country. So people who have a whole heap of good ideas. And all of our ideas about empowering the mass of the people. And of course the business community don't have to fret. Because we're going to ensure that the bureaucracy is as efficient as it can be. I personally am going to put that as my portfolio. Making government more efficient. I'm going to chair a task force, a working group with the right people on it. So that if all the rules of government that make life frustrating for people who deal with government and don't make no sense, we're going to cut out those things and we're going to deal with the things in a way that people can say, yeah, Jamaica's a good place to do business. Jamaica's a place where you can get through fast. Jamaica's a place where you have to spend a bag of money to do something which shouldn't cost an whole lot of money. That is what we are about. So the business community can thrive and can invest in the country. And for the small business and the startup business, we're going to develop a special set of rules for you. We're not going to charge any income tax on the business for the first 3 years of operations. And we're going to do other things to make life better for the small business community. Because right now, we have to pierce through those things and ensure that the funds that are allocated for small business are distributed to small business so they can grow. Because small business is some of the biggest employers in the country. And that's where you can have innovation, the natural brilliance of the Jamaican people as entrepreneurs and innovators can come through and help to grow our economy. We have a stagnant economy. Right now, nothing now going in Jamaica. When I ask people in the real sector, and tell me the sales are down. When I talk to officials in the government, they say tax revenue is down. We're in a slump. This government doesn't know how to grow the economy. Because this government doesn't realize that the key to it is to build the human capital and to ensure that the bureaucracy works for the people. Foreign direct investment in the country is about a third of where it was when we were last in government. The productivity of the country has fallen. If you look at the total output, national output, divided by the number of workers, that number has been coming down. That means less productive. All of those things mean that the Jamaica Labour Party is not delivering progress. And we have to change that. So, the question now is, how do we change that? And that's where you come in, my people. That's where you come in. We know so we're not ready enough. We know so we don't want to see the change enough. You know so you want a government that can be proud of, a government that is not here to rip and scrape. A government that is here to make the people's life better. A government you can have trust and confidence in. And all them are going and them are delay and them are put it back and put it back. The end of this government is nigh. It is coming. Them can't escape it. And comrades, when that time comes, you know what you have to do. Yeah man, don't be complacent. Don't take nothing for granted. Get out early. Put your ex beside the head. If you live in Eastern St. Andrew, put your ex beside the head for Patricia Duncan Sutherland. If you live in West East Rural St. Andrew, put your ex beside the head for Patrick Peter King. I want to say one little thing. We have a wicked tune where we released the other day, you know? Yeah man, we're marching on to progress. It'll take life on the road, you know? You want to see Labourite dance to it, so them love it too. Look where you to be silent. chill. But I want to tell some of the little JLP apologists in the media. Don't worry yourself. I love we are dealing with, you know. The word is love, you know. But we talk about we are blood and fire, comrade. We're resilient. We're passionate. We're determined to see change. We're not afraid of nobody. We are going to do what we have to do. But we are doing it within the law. And we are doing it with love for our country. Because we love Jamaica. And we love our people. So you don't have to worry about that. Just enjoy the music, man. Lick it again, the selector. That's what they can play and repeat. Do it out nice. Yeah, man. I want to big up all of my South St. Andrew people in China. Power jungle, you know what I mean? So people, them no need for fret, man. We have blood and fire, comrade, but the word is love same way. We're serious, yes. We're determined, yes. We're resilient, yes. We're full of vibes and energy, yes. But the word is love, man. Yeah, man, always love. So people, don't fret about this thing, huh? Change is gonna come. Better must come. God is in the vessel. Want a more righteous Jamaica. A Jamaica where all of we can be proud of our leaders. We can pull together in one direction. We can respect our Constitution. We can reform it in ways that make sense for the people. We can build an economy that is inclusive, where everybody has a place, where people can make money, where the state is there to look after people who need help, and then show that small business can thrive and big business can invest and expand the economy. We are a class alliance. We are for each and every one. As long as you come with a positive intention for Jamaica, the People's National Party is there for you every time. So comrades and friends, what a evening, what a vibe, what a wonderful day. Thank you so much for your love and support. Big up their right. People, we don't talk. One love here, so power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people.
Wanna know about real leader? Wanna know about real leader? Remember, tomorrow night, 5:30 when you are done here. Everybody, stand to your feet as we as comrades sing our anthem. Everybody, love us, choice.